Hello everyone, welcome to Al's Elongated Coins. Today I'm not going to be showing elongated coins, even though that is in fact the point of this channel. Today I had a different topic in mind, actually showing off different Chuck E. Cheese tokens. This first one we have here is the newest one that they have as of now. It's 2018. Showing a guitar and the mouse. These coins have been in circulation since 2013 with this specific design. I don't believe they have any more recent than 2018, as since a while they've had cards instead of coins, assuming to save money. So that is a 2018. Before that, this was the most popular design. They've had this design since, I believe, 2001 or 2002. This specific one is a 2010. I chose this one just because it's a relatively mint, nice quality. So then, before that, they had changed it to this design here. This is a 2000. As we can see, they have their slogan on there, where a kid can be a kid. Before this specific design, which is slightly different than this one, it's a slightly newer looking mouse, higher quality, different cheekbones. Before they even went with this, before they went to this one, this same year of a 2000 is this coin, which I guess was one that they had in the 90s, if it will. This specific design of Chuck E is much different compared to their other 2000s design. As we can see, his face was much more wider. He had whiskers and a bow tie. And a hat that was a little bit different in the sense. So we can see that Chuck E has changed a lot. Even though this isn't quite the oldest model we have here, this is another 2000s. So going back a little earlier, here is a 1997. Again, the same design as the 2000 before that. Here we have another. This is a 94. Again, they have, I guess, swapped back and forth from the slightly newer design to this older design. And then here we have 1993 here. I know this is a little bit different than the elongated coins, but that's just because I find these to be very interesting. Something that we don't really talk about is the difference of these coins. I'm sure a 90s kid's experience in Chuck E. Cheese is a lot different than one of a 2018 child. So this is where we get slightly different here, as we can see with this 94. We see the body of the mouse is a little bit large, kind of overpowering the thing. It says where a kid can be a kid, and then the date. Whereas with this coin, it is in fact the same design. He's a little bit smaller. We see Chuck E. Cheese on the bottom. It says, "Smile America say." A little bit different from there, where a kid can be a kid. And the back has the classic, "In pizza we trust 25% play value," and then this one's from the 1990. Interesting difference in the design, as this one is 1994. Both sides the same. So we're almost at our end here. We have this, as we can see with this one, this is a 1988. I believe something happened here, but it is that similar design from the 1991. It is the exact same thing in Pizza We Trust. And if we go to the oldest coin that I have of Chuck E. Cheese, it is a completely different design, which I find to be very unique and interesting. You can see the Chuck E. Cheese, Pinole, California, Pizza Time Theater. This has that same in Pizza We Trust, 25 cents, play value 1981. So, again, to show that face, it is much different than what we've seen beforehand. In almost all designs, he has had a sort of swivel around his face. Even going to their most recent before they changed to the new and improved mouse. As we can see in this version, he has a longer snout, the same bow tie that we've seen before, and this version has a completely different hat. As we see in even the more recent versions, he's had a cap type hat, whereas this one seems to be maybe a bowler hat or even a top hat. But it's interesting to see the difference of where Chuck E. Cheese has gone from since this 1981 to this 2018. And if we even want to go more recently, I would be showing a game card. But those aren't as interesting to me. Anyways, if you're wondering how I've gotten these coins in the first place, it's a very simple story. One time at Chuck E. Cheese, I decided to do the card swipe, since that's what they had at the time. And during their card swipe, they had the opportunity to grab coins from specific machines. So certain machines where they kind of require a coin, they would give you that opportunity by having you swipe the machine, and in doing so give you one, potentially two coins. And since the way that their older structures worked was they didn't really have so much as a time limit or a limit to how many you took. They didn't care if you actually returned that coin, but more or less you can take as many as you wanted. With that logic in mind, I decided to grab as many coins as I could in the span of the time that I had. And in doing so, I received one more than one of each year's of Chuck E. Cheese, at least as early as 2000. So one of 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 18. And as we got into the further years, this was the earliest I could find, the 1981. I have the 88, 97, 94, and a 93 as well. But here I have all the different designs from their oldest, as we can see, 1981, 93, 97, 2010, and their 2018. In my most recent visit to Chuck E. Cheese was my little cousin's birthday, 5 years. One of their machines, a sort where you shoot a coin in and it pushes it down, broke. My little cousin did something to break the machine in making the coins splat out instead of one coin being an entire pile. I grabbed a few handfuls and I kept them. In doing so, I found a few older coins, but mostly these types and these types. A lot of these older ones are no longer in circulation, and I'm actually quite surprised that I found them. Also, I would like to mention I don't live in Pinole, California, but it's interesting to see that this one was in the area that I do live in. Anyways, those are all of my coins of Chuck E. Cheese. Thanks for watching Al's pressed coins. If you enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe, do all the things. I know this isn't quite the most unique content. I know it can be very boring, but I kind of find it interesting in a way, since we don't really acknowledge little things like coins. We take them for granted, almost like money itself, as we seem to see it every single day of our lives. But something as silly as a guy talking about different coins on the internet can't be too bizarre. With that, I will say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe again. I would also like to mention that these coins aren't worth anything. If I had to rate a value of what I have in my hand, it would probably be around $1.25, maybe $2 max. Though the sentimental value, I would say that this coin in particular means quite a lot to me. However, the rest don't mean as much. So, with that, thank you for watching, and have a great day.